Welcome. I'm the Flossing Stamper, and I'm going to show you how to make this beautiful card with the Friends Are Like Seashells stamp set and the Gilded Leafing. We're going to use two different ways to apply the Gilded Leafing, one with Tombow mono adhesive and one with heat and stick powder. Simple card with a lot of wow. So first you will need a Flirty Flamingo piece of cardstock at 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. You will need a piece of designer paper at 4 by 5 and a piece of pearlescent paper cut from a 12 by 12 sheet cut down to 4 by 6, running it through the Big Shot, which I already cut it down. Run it through the Big Shot and cut the seashell shape, and then run it through the Big Shot again and use the folder and get your texture placed on it. Now, a couple different ways to adhere the leafing. First, let me show you the leafing. It comes in this container. Quite a bit comes in it. I have made several cards, and I've took quite a bit out and put some in this container that I've been working with. I just got a brand new toothbrush, put it in this Rubbermaid container, and I just stored it in here with a lid. Definitely, it does make a little mess, but it's definitely easily cleaned up. Now, unfortunately, no more two-way glue pens are around. If any of you guys have these work great. I happen to have some. I bought some when I knew they were going out, so I'm lucky enough to have it. But just to show you, if you have this, just real lightly draw along, say, the leaf. Get your design just like we did with glitter in the past. Put that into your leafing. Didn't stick. Maybe it's not going to work. Well, skip that idea. Not going to work. Okay. Well, it works a little, but wait till you guys see it with the glue. On this piece of plastic, I poured out some Tombow glue. I did one little spritz of water, same spritzer that I used for the watercolors, and just mixed it up with my glue. I'm going to pick a little bit up. I don't want to overdo it. And then I'm just going to try to maybe sponge some glue. If I could maybe follow some of the pattern, some of the details of the shells. And we'll go ahead and stick it in the Gilded Leafing. And gently brush it off. Super pretty. Try to get as much as the excess off as you can. Because I'd like a little more. It's pretty, but I just want a little bit more. So just a little bit here along these leaves, and I don't know what I did with it. I should be using my silicone mat. Keep the mess off your paper. Okay. You can also rub it with your hands. You can kind of feel where it's sticky and help get it to rub in. Sorry. Okay. I like that. Okay, we'll push that off to the side. I'm going to grab a baby wipe for my fingers. We'll move this for a second. And we'll go ahead and stamp our card. So on my stamp apparatus, I've already laid my card stock. And I have stamping spots I'm going to use from my paper pumpkin kits. I'm going to use soft suede for my sentiment. It said, "Happy birthday to my beautiful friend." And Flirty Flamingo for the seashell. See if you guys can see that better. Okay. Nice. I'm going to take this off. Take this off. We'll move that aside for a minute. Now, for the tag that was on the front, I used, what is the name of the punch? Let me get this right. The Lovely Labels Pick a Punch. I've had this for a while, totally forgot I bought it, and then when I was creating these cards, I was like, oh, that's right. So let me show you the way this works. It has two different, is there too much glare? Two different ends, decorative ends, and you can use 3 different sizes. It's either a 1 inch for the entire width, 3/4 of an inch, and that would be designated by the first set of dotted lines, or a 1/2 inch. This is one I made with 3/4 of an inch, just playing around. So the one that I did for our tag, I used the 1 inch. I did it on the right side, and I'm going to put my paper in and then flip it over, make sure that it's properly aligned, and punch. That's what I get. And I've already cut it down. It's 2 inches. So what we're going to do is put this on the stamp apparatus. Not sure about where to put the magnet yet. And here is the stamp for you. Be careful laying your magnets on because they do slam together pretty easily. They're pretty strong. Okay. Now, to use our heat and stick, you have to use Versamark ink. Okay, so, and I'm going to apply it a couple times. Just open it carefully. So it doesn't pull from under the magnet. And let's do one more. It's looking pretty good though. Okay, great. And let's get it out of the way. But don't wait too long. You don't want your Versamark to dry. So just gonna grab this piece of cardstock, and here's my heat and stick powder. I'm gonna sprinkle it onto the Versamark. That's not going to stamp good. We may be doing this one again. That is not going to work. So hold on. We're going to have to back up and do it again. So I'll just do it on this larger piece and cut it at the end, just to save time. So here's my For You. Oops. I think I might have pushed too hard that last time, and it probably made it go out of focus, is what I think happened. So you want your ink to transfer, but you don't want to push so hard you distort your stamp. And I think that's what I did. I kind of felt it. Okay, try again. This out of the way. Much better. A little piece of that F. Glue is much easier. Okay, let me get this out of the way so it doesn't go flying. I'm going to take my little homemade holder here, and you're just going to heat it until it changes color, and then it becomes sticky. So now that's it. Pull it off. And then go into your heat and stick, or your gilded leafing. Very delicate and pretty. And if you don't want to do this, you could always stamp it with ink. I just wanted to show you the other way to apply the gilded leafing. Okay. You guys notice what I did? Made a blooper. So I need my paper cutter. I guess I'll just use some scissors because I only want this 2 inches. So I'm going to cut it to right about here. And then punch my end off again. I stamped it towards the wrong end. And of course I can't get it out. And where's my take your pick? There we go. Okay. So the lovely label Pick-a-Punch. And make sure you look in your new catalog because there's a few different types of those, that general idea. All right, here's our card base. Now this card I did something a little different. I put the dimensionals on the back of my designer paper. Do you have anybody with a birthday coming up who'd like to get this card? My sister would have liked it, but unfortunately her birthday was in April, like mine. So I have to think who's next. Maybe my boss's wife, because she likes beach stuff. So dimensional that. And then I'm going to take some Tombow glue. You know what? I think I'm going to dimensional this too. I think it would make it more sturdy. And as far as the grass, I know I have an open pack of these somewhere. And I love these. These are the adhesive strips. So it's a nice narrow piece. So we can do this. Doing a couple of the wide grass pieces that won't show. Okay, and let's see. Okay. Very pretty. In my little piece of ribbon, I'm just going to take a small piece of tear and tape and put it right about at the center, like this. Kind of rub it till the adhesive will come off. And then I'm going to kind of fold it on itself so it makes a little, like a flag or tails. How about that? And I'm going to cut it. And we'll take another small piece of the tear and tape to adhere it onto the tag. Come on, tape, come loose. There it is. And I want this here. I'm going to put a dimensional on the end. And how about a piece of tear and tape at the other end? Probably too wide. So, okay, watch what I did. I tore that too big. And say you've already got it adhered and you're not in a situation where you can peel it off. Peel the backing off and then just fold it. That's fine. And there you go. Friends Are Like Seashells with flirty flamingo paper and Gilded Leaf. Hope you guys like it. Thanks. See you soon.